Hey everyone! Today we're diving into the Pacific Ocean to explore a really cool place called the Galapagos Islands. From giant tortoises to iguanas that swim, the Galapagos Islands are like a real-life science lab for how animals change over time. Picture this. Millions of years ago, volcanoes erupted under the ocean, creating mountains that eventually rose above the waves. These eruptions were not just a one-time event, but a series of powerful explosions that continued over millennia. Each eruption added layers of lava, gradually building up the seafloor until it broke the surface of the ocean. Imagine the sheer force and energy required to push these massive structures from the depths of the ocean to form new landmasses. It's a process that is both violent and awe-inspiring, showcasing the raw power of nature. That's how the Galapagos Islands were born. These islands, located in the Pacific Ocean, are a testament to the incredible geological activity that shaped our planet. From an aerial view, you can see the unique layout of the islands, each with its own distinct shape and size. The formation of the Galapagos Islands is a fascinating story of volcanic activity, tectonic movements, and the relentless forces of nature working together over millions of years. The islands are not just random pieces of land, but are interconnected through their volcanic origins, creating a unique archipelago that has intrigued scientists and explorers for centuries. Over a really long time, wind and rain shaped these volcanic islands into the amazing cliffs we see today. The process of erosion, where natural elements like wind and rain gradually wear down the rock, has sculpted the islands into their current forms. These forces have carved out dramatic cliffs, valleys, and unique rock formations that are not only visually stunning, but also tell a story of the island's geological history. The cliffs you see today are the result of millions of years of natural artistry, where each gust of wind and drop of rain played a part in shaping the landscape. The coolest part? The islands are still changing. The Galapagos Islands are a dynamic and evolving landscape. Volcanic activity continues to shape the islands, with new eruptions adding fresh layers of lava and altering the terrain. Time-lapse footage reveals the subtle yet constant changes occurring on the islands, from the shifting of volcanic rock to the growth of new vegetation. This ongoing transformation makes the Galapagos a living laboratory for scientists studying geological and ecological processes. It's a place where you can witness the Earth's natural forces at work in real time, constantly reshaping the environment. The biggest island, Isabella Island, even has 5 active volcanoes. This island is a hotspot of volcanic activity, with its 5 volcanoes frequently erupting and adding new layers to the island's surface. These active volcanoes are a reminder of the powerful forces that continue to shape the Galapagos. From an aerial view, you can see the impressive size and scale of these volcanoes, each one a testament to the island's fiery origins. The ongoing volcanic activity on Isabella Island provides a unique opportunity to study the processes that create and transform land, offering insights into the dynamic nature of our planet. Because the Galapagos Islands are so far from any other land, the animals that ended up there had to adapt to survive. Take the Galapagos tortoise, for example. They're like supersized versions of their mainland cousins. And then there's the marine iguana, the only lizard in the world that swims in the ocean. They're like little ocean explorers. Back in 1835, a famous scientist named Charles Darwin visited the Galapagos Islands on a ship called the HMS Beagle. This voyage was part of a larger expedition that aimed to map the coastlines of South America. Darwin, a young naturalist at the time, was eager to explore the natural world and collect specimens. He noticed that the finches, which are small birds, had different beaks depending on what they ate on each island. Some finches had long, slender beaks perfect for picking insects out of tree bark, while others had short, stout beaks, ideal for cracking open seeds. This variation puzzled Darwin and sparked his curiosity. This gave Darwin a revolutionary idea: natural selection. He began to think about how these differences in beak shapes could have come about. Could it be that the finches had adapted to their specific environments over time? He realized that animals with traits that help them survive are more likely to have babies. Darwin meticulously documented his observations and thoughts in his notebooks, pondering the implications of what he was seeing, and pass on those traits. Over generations, these advantageous traits become more common in the population. This process, which Darwin called natural selection, was a groundbreaking concept that would forever change our understanding of biology. The Galapagos Islands, with their unique and diverse wildlife, provided the perfect natural laboratory for Darwin's studies. Each island had its own distinct ecosystem, and the differences in the species found on each island were striking. Darwin's observations in the Galapagos were just the beginning of his journey towards developing the theory of evolution. He spent years refining his ideas and gathering more evidence from various sources. Eventually, in 1859, Darwin published his groundbreaking work on the origin of species, where he detailed his theory of evolution by natural selection. This book challenged the scientific community and sparked debates that continue to this day. The voyage of the HMS Beagle and Darwin's time in the Galapagos Islands were pivotal moments in the history of science. They not only shaped Darwin's career, but also laid the foundation for modern evolutionary biology. Today, the Galapagos Islands remain a symbol of natural wonder and scientific discovery, attracting researchers and tourists from around the world who are eager to follow in Darwin's footsteps and explore the mysteries of evolution. Hold your breath and dive in. The waters around the Galapagos Islands are teeming with life. You might spot playful sea lions sunbathing on the rocks or penguins waddling along the shore. And under the waves, it's a whole other world. Colorful fish, graceful sea turtles, and vibrant coral reefs make the Galapagos Islands an underwater paradise. The Galapagos Islands have two main seasons. From June to December, it's the dry season with cool mornings and sunny afternoons. Then from January to May, it's the wet season when the islands turn lush and green. No matter when you go, the Galapagos Islands are sure to amaze you. The Galapagos Islands are incredibly special, but they're also delicate. These islands are home to a unique array of wildlife and plant species that can't be found anywhere else on Earth. The isolation of the islands has allowed these species to evolve in remarkable ways, making the Galapagos a living laboratory of evolution. However, this same isolation makes the ecosystem extremely vulnerable to external threats. That's why it's so important to protect them. Conservationists and volunteers are constantly working to mitigate the impact of human activities and invasive species. They clean beaches, monitor wildlife populations, and enforce regulations to ensure that the natural beauty and biodiversity of the islands are preserved for future generations. Thankfully, there are people working hard to keep the islands safe. Park rangers patrol the islands to prevent illegal activities. Scientists conduct research to understand the needs of the ecosystem, and volunteers plant native trees to restore habitats. These efforts are crucial in maintaining the delicate balance of the Galapagos environment. The Galapagos National Park protects most of the land, covering 97% of the archipelago's land area. Established in 1959, the park has been a cornerstone in the conservation of the islands. The park rangers play a vital role in enforcing conservation laws and educating visitors about the importance of preserving this unique environment. And the Charles Darwin Research Station is dedicated to conservation efforts. Founded in 1964, the research station conducts scientific research and provides education on conservation. Scientists at the station study the island's ecosystems and develop strategies to protect them. They also run breeding programs for endangered species, such as the famous giant tortoises. We can all do our part by learning about the islands and supporting sustainable tourism. By choosing eco-friendly tour operators and following guidelines to minimize our impact, we can help ensure that the Galapagos remain a pristine and vibrant ecosystem. Education and awareness are key as they empower us to make informed decisions that benefit the environment. Together, we can contribute to the ongoing conservation efforts and help protect this natural wonder for generations to come. Ready for some fun facts? Did you know that marine iguanas can hold their breath for an hour? That's longer than most humans. And get this, there's a type of cormorant, which is a bird that can't fly but is a fantastic swimmer. The Galapagos Islands are full of surprises. If you ever get the chance to visit the Galapagos Islands, you're in for an adventure. Snorkeling and diving are a must. The water is so clear. You can also go hiking, kayaking, or even take a cruise to see multiple islands. Just remember to choose tour operators that care about the environment. While the animals get a lot of attention, there are also people who call the Galapagos Islands home. They live on 4 of the islands and have a deep respect for nature. Fishing is a big part of their lives, and tourism provides jobs and helps the economy. The Galapagos Islands are a beautiful reminder of the power of nature, but they face challenges like climate change and pollution. It's up to all of us to make smart choices that protect our planet, not just for us, but for future generations. Our journey through the Galapagos Islands ends here, but the adventure continues. Let's all do our part to protect our planet and its amazing creatures. Thanks for joining me.